Okay, I am going to try and see if this works. I am learning as I go, so bear with me, but I think we have the live stream going. So go ahead and let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay. I have a mic set up to my desktop. Hopefully it's not too loud, too quiet. Let me know if it is. Quality-wise, make sure you can kind of see everything. And again, this is actually the first live stream I have done on my YouTube channel, so really a learning curve for me. I see all you guys. Hello, Brands Tech, Juan, how's it going, guys? Everyone says hey, so it seems like you guys can hear me. No one's really complaining about, someone said a bit low, so maybe I can bump my mic up a little bit closer to my mouth. Yes, I can hear you. Hey, Tim. Awesome. This is so great. This is so cool. I love the idea of live streaming, and it's something I want to continue to do. I even did a poll in the community tab on my channel, and it seemed like most of you were like, yeah, live stream this video. So I want to go ahead and talk about my favorite phones of 2017 this year. And this wasn't that easy. It was actually pretty difficult to come up with which device I really wanted to choose as my favorite one throughout the year. Used a ton of different phones and got a lot of input from you guys on which ones you like. And I want to make a note that this is my top 5 favorite phones. So yours might be a little bit different based on your preferences. Some things I like more, but I will keep an eye on the chat just to make sure you guys can hear me still. And I want to get feedback from you guys on things that I say. If you have questions, why do you like this one over this one? I will go ahead and respond to some. All right, so it seems like a lot of positive comments. This is a Google Pixel book. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the live chat with it. However, I am streaming through my desktop, which I have a video on. However, I also have a video on my smartphone awards that I gave out. So not just my top 5 favorite phones, but smartphone awards as in very individualized awards to each phone. Anyways, here we go. I'm really excited for this. I got a capture card connected to my camcorder, figured out how to actually get everything going, create an event. Maybe I should share this? Nah, I think it actually shared out to my subscribers. I hope if you got a notification and you are a subscriber, let me know. I just kind of want to make sure that everybody actually got a notification so we get everyone in here. Okay, I like the OnePlus 5 and 5T. They killed off major names. Charles Manson. Interesting. And I'm not 100% sure how the chat works with why some are bold and which ones aren't. Here we go. Hope your live stream will help the holiday season this year. Brian, I hope this live stream helps you as well. Let's get started. So I have a bunch in front of me, so I have to narrow it down between 5. And if you saw my smartphone awards, I gave out a bunch of different awards, some random ones to phones that weren't my favorite. All right, so it seems like you guys all got that notification. I can tell there's a little bit of a delay, maybe about a 10-second delay between the chat and this. So I will keep that in mind. I'll maybe ask a question, talk about something, and then go back to those questions. So here we go. Awesome. This is really cool. I really like this live streaming. I think I'm going to continue this process. I like actually pushing my desk this way and having me be in the shot as you saw in my smartphone awards video. Okay, so let's get started. Now the 5th one. Now my 5 favorite, again, yours might be different. This is mine. And the 5th one and the 1st one were the 2 most difficult ones to choose. I had a solid idea of what 2, 3, and 4 were going to be, but 5 was very tough, especially because I just recently got these. And one of them is this guy right here, the OnePlus 5T, which is the updated model from OnePlus from the OnePlus 5, and then the LG V30 as well. And I will get full reviews on both of these coming very soon, so be sure to subscribe. I'll get them up this week for sure. It is Sunday right now, so okay. So I really like how much you guys are chatting in here. I'm going to try and read these. Marco from Argentina, delays like 30 seconds. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Again, I'll hopefully, it's a quality good though. I'm going to check back in the chat in about 20 seconds, but tell me if you can see it in 1080p. It should be outputting in 1080p. That's why I got this capture card and didn't do it on mobile. So here we go. LG V30 versus OnePlus 5T. These were the 2 I was really debating between. Just really had a hard time coming up with, there were certain things I liked about both. The V30 had that better display because of the resolution. However, the skin on the OnePlus 5T is just very quick and smooth, and keeping in mind that price point. The OnePlus 5T is definitely a better value. It's less expensive than the LG V30. So, because of that reason, my number 5 is the OnePlus 5T. And also, I really do like that quick face unlock. So I'm looking at it, and you'll see I didn't even press the unlock button on the back. It does have a fingerprint scanner as well. Okay, so I'm in 1080, 60 frames per second. Interesting. That's good to know, though. Is that okay? Would you guys prefer it in 30 frames per second? So just kind of checking in, getting your input. Awesome. I'm glad the quality's good. I think that quality, I wonder if I can actually make that latency go up. So someone says they only get 720p. Some people are seeing 1080. I'm not sure. Andre doesn't like the cable hanging in the lower right of the screen. This one? Yep. I think I got it. Andre, that was for you. I think I moved it out of the way. Okay, so back to it. The OnePlus 5T, number 5 for sure. That software skin, just the value you get. You do have a dual camera system. However, I wish they kept in that telephoto lens. However, that's just kind of a personal preference of mine, but it's just very smooth, very clean. I really wish it had Oreo, but neither the V30 or the OnePlus 5T had Oreo, so that wasn't a factor at all. So hopefully that update comes soon. Okay, so just kind of keeping an eye on that chat, make sure I don't miss anything. We're going to move on to number 4. Now, again, like I said, number 5 was tough. That was a bit complicated. Oh, I can still see that cable. I hope... Oh, no. The master says the cable's back. I'm going to need to change this because I can even see it on my stream. This is so funny. Let me move this. Okay, now I don't think it's going to come back. Hopefully it goes away. Andre, I see you. Cable's back. Okay, I'm sorry. I have the sit-stand desk. I will do a desk setup tour soon. All right, so now next, number 4. So we have tons to choose from. This is so great. But I'm going to go with the, where is it? Right here. The Samsung Galaxy S8 is my 4th favorite phone of 2017. And it came out a little while ago. It was the beginning of the year as a phone, and it was just gorgeous. It was a great looking device. Samsung really did a good job. It was one of the first devices, if not the first, with the Snapdragon 835 processor, so it was very quick and fluid. A little interesting, they did go with the dedicated Bixby button. That's kind of when they rolled out Bixby, which I find that I pretty much never use. I always just use the Google Assistant. Okay, just checking. Here we go. Okay, so I think we're doing well. No cable. Got some smileys from Sleepy Panda, so... You still see the YouTube silver play button. I hope you see it. I'm very proud of that. Anyways, so Galaxy S8 is up there. Just fantastic. I wasn't a big fan of that fingerprint scanner. However, I went with the Galaxy S8 over the Galaxy S8 Plus simply because of that form factor. In terms of if you're thinking about getting the Galaxy S8 Plus, you're probably going to get the Note 8, which is above, which I do like better than the Galaxy S8. So we'll see if that hits the number 1, number 2, or 3 slot. So Galaxy S8 number 4, OnePlus 5T number 5. Moving along, we are going to go to my number 3. And this is one that I was definitely impressed with. And it is made by Apple. And can you guess what it is? It is the iPhone X. Sorry, iPhone 10. Although I will say, most people do call it the iPhone X that I talk to. They're like, what do you think of the iPhone X? It is called the iPhone 10 from Apple, and I have been a big fan of using it. It's a really good device. I really like the design of it. Just the smaller form factor has an OLED display, so Apple's finally realizing, oh, LCD technology is getting a little outdated. OLED is definitely better. That camera is top of the line, one of the best out there, if not the best. It is just a fantastic one. It's not my favorite camera. It's probably my second favorite. Probably behind the Note 8's camera, which I gave in my smartphone awards. But, again, this is only number 3. This is my 3rd favorite phone. And if Apple fixes iOS 11 is just a little too buggy for me. You get frame rate drops. I found that the notification system, as a lot of my followers know, the notification system on iOS 11 is terrible. You get separate notifications from apps. They aren't grouped together. They're all separate. They're huge. They're a little bubbly and cartoony, and I'm just not a fan of that design. So again, iPhone 10, my number 3 favorite phone. It seems like some of you aren't agreeing with me on that. Some say overrated, which is fair. However, you cannot deny that Apple always has done a good job with their design. I also was very upset with the lack of quick charging unless you pay the extra $70 for the quick charging cable, which is completely ridiculous. Clorox Bleach says iPhone 10 is best. Not sponsored by Clorox Bleach, though. Let's see. Again, people are mentioning the price, and it is a very high price point. So just kind of keep that in mind. And again, iOS just needs to be fixed, and I think it is a strong competitor for best phone of 2018 if they come out with iOS 12 and it fixes some things. Okay, moving along. We are on to the last top 2 phones, and I want to narrow it down between 2 phones. I don't know if you guys can guess what they're going to be. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Some people are saying Apple is best. Some people Note 8, LG V30 all the way. Let's see. J Cookie, $70 is way too much for the iPhone 10 charging cable. It's ridiculous. I just, that really frustrates me that they just didn't implement USB-C into their iPhone 10. Just makes no sense. Joseph, that sponsor. No, I was not sponsored, but Clorox Bleach is commenting on the chat. Pretty funny. Some people are saying the Pixel, Note 8, Pixel. Those are the 2 biggest guesses, and it's pretty obvious because those are 2 that I haven't mentioned yet. So let's go ahead and start mentioning them, because I have right here the Galaxy Note 8 and the Pixel 2 XL. I have the black and white version of the Pixel 2 XL, and here is just the black Galaxy Note 8. So these are my top 2 phones from 2017, and I really enjoyed using both of these. The Note 8 has been out longer, so kind of keep that in mind. Now, when it comes down to things, I prefer the software experience on the Pixel 2 XL. I'm just a personal preference of stock Android getting updates first. Oreo has not come to the Note 8, which is kind of unfortunate. And of course, the Pixel 2 XL got it first. Your live streaming looks so fluent. Thanks, Karthik. Hopefully I pronounced that right, Kartik. And some people are like, Mate 10 Pro, why isn't that on there? I'll talk about that after I announce my winner. So here we go. BlackBerry is on here, actually. I have the Key 1 in front of me just because I like that keyboard. And I will say, overall, I'm going to go with the Note 8. The Note 8 is the winner of the best phone of the year. I do want to talk about the Pixel 2 XL, though. It's just the display. It's not anywhere near the quality of the Galaxy Note 8. And overall, the battery life is better on the Pixel 2 XL, which means a lot to me. However, the display quality and the camera on the Note 8 I prefer. However, I will say, don't get me wrong, the Pixel 2 XL's camera is one of the best out there as well. Their post-image processing in HDR Plus mode is fantastic. Let's keep an eye on what they say. Pixel 2 has the best camera, and I'm interested, and some people have different preferences, and the real reason I prefer the Note 8's camera over the Pixel 2 XL is because of that second camera, that telephoto lens. It just makes it a little bit more versatile for me, and why I prefer it more. And don't get me wrong, the Note 8's battery life is fantastic, and you get the addition of your S Pen, which I do like when I sit in on meetings and take notes. I sometimes prefer to just go ahead and write as opposed to type. I'm not too big into drawing and coloring, just more so taking notes and just jot some quick things down. It wasn't very helpful while I was using it. And that's pretty much it. So when it comes down to it, my favorite phone was the Galaxy Note 8. And again, if you're thinking about the S8 Plus, I would just say go with the Note 8 over that device. You get just a better camera experience with that telephoto dual lens. But you can't go wrong with the Pixel 2 XL either. So finishing up, I'm going to go ahead and read some of these questions. So drop some things in the chat, answer some questions. I do want to give some honorable mentions. Again, I mentioned the Key 1. But also the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. I've been using that. I actually have it charging right here. And I have it right here. The Huawei Mate 10 Pro was probably my Number 6, number 7, next to the LG V30. These two, I definitely prefer the battery life on the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. It's the best in any phone, as you saw in my video. Let's see. Why isn't the Mate 10 Pro in the top 5? Let's talk about the Mate 10 Pro. And to be completely honest, it's just the only reason is that software skin, EMUI, that they have over Android. For me, I think it just needs a little bit more work. However, it does come with Oreo. So I would say if the OnePlus 5T wasn't an option, I'm actually starting to think I actually prefer the Mate 10 Pro over the LG V30, to be completely honest. I prefer the camera on the Mate 10 Pro over the V30s. However, I do prefer a wide-angle lens like the V30 has over a monochrome lens, which was included in the Mate 10 Pro. So that's kind of another factor when it comes down to it. Very similar, but the quality overall of the point-and-shoots I prefer on the Mate 10 Pro. And then again, battery life cannot be beat. But with the software skin, you can make things better with third-party launchers and things. It is very fluid, don't get me wrong. It's very fast with their own processor. I just think that, and the lock screen experience isn't that great. It's more iPhone-esque, and they handle notifications more like iOS, which I just don't like, as mentioned in my iPhone 10. So this, I'm going to give to the number 6 honorable mention, the Huawei Mate 10 Pro as well. So I'm going to link to all of these devices down below. Let's go ahead and go through, and I will say it is great that they ship this with Oreo. So big shout out to Huawei for doing that. It's coming very close to getting in the top 5 and being one of the best devices of 2017. No, LG G6 does not get an honorable mention. Here we go. Carver 9, great choice. Let's see, any predictions for the OnePlus 6? I don't know. OnePlus 5T just came out, so nothing crazy yet. Monochrome lens, Jay Cookie doesn't like it, and I don't blame you. Some people do, some people don't. I rarely take black and white photos, so for me, that's just something that I don't necessarily use. Let's see. What's the biggest difference between the Galaxy phone and their Edge variants? There really isn't Edge variants anymore, so they don't really have that. That was previous models, not from 2017. Santiago, hello from Illinois. What's up? I'm over in Chicago. Why not iPhone 8, 8 Plus on the list from E2 Verta? Good question. It just wasn't a big enough change from the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus to me. And they really didn't make any design differences. It's a very good phone, very solid phone, don't get me wrong. But I would just say I'm going to go with the iPhone 10 over either of those just due to the design differences. It was either the face unlock was very quick on the iPhone 10, and that's one thing that they did well, so that's kind of why I still like this phone. If face unlock didn't work properly and was more of a hassle than anything, I definitely wouldn't even use this phone because it'd be hard to just type in your passcode every time. So face unlock really kind of saved the iPhone 10 with this design and working so well. So that's pretty much it. That is just about everything I wanted to go ahead and talk about. This was a ton of fun, so definitely going to live stream more in the future. Expect a lot more to come. More review videos this week, hopefully, more giveaways. So be sure to click that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys all watching this video. It should upload after. It'll take a while to process, but it will be on my channel afterwards, so I will share it if you missed the beginning, anything like that. And that's pretty much it. So again, guys, thank you so much. I really enjoyed seeing all of your comments and chats. I'll try and get to more, and I'm going to try and make it a little bit more streamlined in terms of it being more real time. So if someone says a chat, I see it within a couple seconds. So again, I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you have any more further questions on this, you can drop a comment on the upcoming video that we'll post, or you can just go ahead and hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all my social media accounts, link down below. And that's pretty much it. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I have to turn this off on my desktop, which I have the monitor right here. I'm going to hit stop streaming. Almost 20-minute video, just about hitting my goal. Stop. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.